What if I told you that the people getting rich, quietly, consistently without going viral, are not the ones selling courses, flipping NFTs, or doing dropshipping? They're running businesses so boring. Their own kids fall asleep when they try to explain what they do at dinner. And yet, these businesses have created more millionaires per capita than almost any startup, app, or passive income scheme you've ever heard of. I dug through decades of small business data, SBA reports, and franchise statistics to find 7 of them. And the pattern I found will completely change how you think about building wealth. Stay until number 3, because that one genuinely surprised me. Here's the thing about boring businesses most people miss. Boring means proven. Boring means the market already exists. Boring means you're not trying to convince anyone they have a problem. They already know they have the problem, and they need someone to fix it. The businesses on this list share 4 traits: recession-resistant demand, low competition from smart people, because smart people think it's beneath them, high repeat customers, and terrible marketing, which means you can win just by showing up. Let's get into it. Business number 1, junk removal. I know. Picking up other people's trash doesn't sound glamorous, but here's what the numbers say. The average junk removal truck generates between $1,200 and $2,000 per day. A 2-truck operation can clear $400,000 to $600,000 a year in revenue. Startup costs, a used truck, and some hustle. You don't need a degree. You don't need an office. You need a strong back, a reliable vehicle, and a Google business profile. Here's the kicker. The biggest players in this space, companies like 1800 Got Junk, built billion-dollar franchises out of this. Meanwhile, in most cities, the local competition is one guy with a rusty pickup and no website. That's your opening. Number 2, lawn care and landscaping. Every single week, rain, shine, recession, pandemic, grass keeps growing. And most homeowners would rather pay someone else to deal with it. The average landscaping business owner earns between $50,000 and $250,000 a year. And the top operators running multiple crews, easily over $1 million. What makes this business genius is the recurring revenue model. One customer can be worth $1,500 to $3,000 per year, every year, without you having to sell them anything again. Sign up 200 houses. That's $300,000 to $600,000 in predictable annual revenue. And landscaping spreads neighborhood by neighborhood. Do one yard well and the whole street notices. The barrier to entry? A mower, a trailer, and a work ethic that outpaces the competition, which, again, is not a high bar. Number 3, and I promised this one would surprise you, septic and plumbing services. Most people avoid this industry because, well, you know why. And that's exactly the point. The gross out factor scares away competition, which means demand always outpaces supply. And when demand outpaces supply, you know what happens to prices? They go up. The average plumbing business owner earns over $100,000 a year. The ones who build teams and service contracts, they regularly cross $500,000 to $2 million annually. Here's the real secret. Emergency plumbing calls, a burst pipe at 2 in the morning, a backed up septic system on Thanksgiving. These calls happen constantly, and customers don't shop around. They call the first available person. That person who answers, they charge a premium, and people pay it, gladly, if you're willing to do what other people won't. You will always have work. Number 4, commercial cleaning, not house cleaning. Commercial cleaning. Offices, medical facilities, schools, warehouses. Here's what nobody tells you. Commercial cleaning contracts are long-term, high-value, and almost entirely recession-proof. A single office building contract could be worth $3,000 to $10,000 per month. Land 10 contracts. That's $30,000 to $100,000 coming in every single month. Like clockwork, the margins are strong. The work is highly systemizable. And once you set up your crew and your processes, this becomes one of the most hands-off businesses on this list. The startup cost? A few $100s in supplies. The biggest challenge is landing your first contract. After that, referrals and reputation do the heavy lifting. Jan Pro and Coverall have built multi-$100 million businesses from this exact model. Number 5, auto repair. There are roughly 290 million registered vehicles in the United States alone. Every single one of them will eventually need service. Auto repair is one of the few businesses where customers don't just come back, they have to come back. Oil changes, brakes, tires, timing belts, there is no end to the recurring revenue. The average independent auto repair shop generates between $500,000 and $1.5 million in annual revenue. Owner-operators who build a strong local reputation consistently net $150,000 to $400,000 per year. And here's the key insight: trust is the entire business. Find a mechanic you trust, you stay for life. Build a shop that people trust, you're booked for months. The skill set requires training, but community colleges and technical schools offer programs. And if you're not mechanically inclined, you can own the business and hire the talent. Number 6, self-storage. This one operates differently from the others. It's more of an investment than a hustle, but the results speak for themselves. Self-storage has been one of the best performing real estate asset classes for the last 40 years. During the 2008 financial crisis, when banks collapsed, housing cratered, and businesses shuttered, self-storage grew. Why? Because when people downsize homes, go through divorces, move for jobs, or face hard times, they need somewhere to put their stuff, temporarily. And temporarily often lasts years. The average self-storage facility generates $400,000 to $800,000 in annual revenue. With low operational costs and minimal staffing, the margins are extraordinary. Now, getting in requires capital, but the entry point is lower than you think. Buying existing small facilities in secondary markets can start around $500,000 to $1 million. And financing is strong because lenders love the cash flow stability. Number 7, IT support. Specifically managed service providers or MSPs for small businesses. Here's the scenario: a dentist's office, a law firm, a real estate agency. They all need computers to work. They cannot afford a full-time IT person, so they pay a monthly fee, typically $1,000 to $5,000 per month, to a company that handles all their tech. That company is the MSP, and it could be you with 20 solid clients. You're looking at $40,000 a month in recurring revenue, nearly $500,000 a year. The beautiful irony of this business: technology keeps getting more complicated, which means small businesses keep needing more help, not less. And here's your competitive edge: most IT people are brilliant technically, but terrible at customer service and communication. Simply being responsive, clear, and reliable puts you in the top 10% of the industry. Let that sink in. Let's zoom out. You just saw 7 very different businesses: hauling junk, cutting grass, fixing pipes, cleaning offices, repairing cars, storing stuff, supporting computers. On the surface, nothing in common, but underneath, every single one shares the same DNA. 1. They solve a problem people will always have. These aren't trends. They're fundamentals. 2. They generate repeat business automatically. Customers don't have to be resold. The lawn grows back, the car breaks again, the storage keeps filling up. 3. They're dominated by weak competition. Most of these industries are full of businesses with no website, no reviews, no follow-up system. The bar is low, and that's an opportunity dressed as an inconvenience. 4. They scale through systems, not just skills. You start by doing the work yourself. You grow by building a team, creating processes, and eventually, stepping back. The wealthiest people in these industries aren't the best plumbers or the fastest cleaners. They're the best operators. Here's the uncomfortable truth about why most people won't do this. Boring businesses aren't exciting to talk about at parties. Nobody posts a YouTube thumbnail that says, "I built a $2 million septic empire." Nobody gets likes for saying, "I own 3 lawn care routes." But that same quiet success, it's paying for the vacations, the mortgage, the college funds, and the retirement account, silently, reliably, every month. The 95% success rate in the title isn't hype. When you pick a proven industry in a market with real demand and you execute consistently, the math works. It almost always works. The failure rate in boring businesses is low, not because they're easy, but because the demand never disappears. So here's your homework. Pick one of these 7. Just one. Research what it looks like in your city. What are people charging? Who are the competitors? What do their Google reviews say? Where are the gaps? Because I promise you, in almost every market in the world, at least one of these businesses is wide open for someone willing to show up and do the work. The most boring decision you ever make might be the most profitable one. If this changed how you think about business, hit like. It helps more than you know. And if you want to see a deep dive on how to start any one of these, drop the number in the comments. The one with the most votes gets the next video. See you there.